Hi, this is a compilation of all the Chatterbox videos, so you can understand their lore all together as one thing. Yeah. Oh, and if you want captions, you're out of luck, because I was just using the, YouTube Shorts auto caption feature on everything, so this is just the raw videos. Conformity has never been so great. Meet the Chatterboxes, Waneiro's favorite pink group on television. This group delivers Trix's propaganda to the masses of Waneiro in an easy and fun-to-consume form, which would be skits and music. Their show on Channel 3 is set up in a similar style to Archie, with segment A, which would be a plot A to whatever skit it is, for a 10-minute long block, with a lesson at the end, and with the parts of segment B sprinkled in to build intrigue. Then, to break up the segments, there are 10 musical numbers. Think of it like Disney Channel, if you grew up with cable just like me. These are followed with segment B, which is like segment A with a B plot. Then, it loops back to a brand new cycle of A and B segments with separate music cycles. The whole aesthetic of the show is based on American culture within the 50s and 60s, in all of its greaser and poodle skirt glory. The Chatterboxes as a group all don pink, because pink is a very captivating and dominating color that says, "Look at me." Their show is on for 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, each segment only lasting for 10 minutes. Quick and snappy. Chatterbox cast only getting breaks during the very brief commercial breaks that they have. The exception being when a Chatterbox member is fighting during the Ophelion, the recording of that being broadcasted instead. The only reason nobody has collapsed on the show is because someone has been putting something in their drinks to keep them going, on top of the very substances the others already indulge in. Some major inspirations for the group would definitely be Be Happy Few, the Anytime You Smile music video by JT Music, Hairspray, 1984, Fahrenheit 451, the coin-operated boy music video by the Dresden Dolls, Crybaby the Musical, and Cabaret. The 1984 inspiration disgustingly visible when you see the Chatterboxes' names, being Winston, Julia, O'Brien, and Bubba. But you'll learn about these guys later, as this video is just to introduce the concept of their group. And hey, if you like this video and want to learn more about my OCs and their lore, please consider checking out this series on my channel. Farewell, goodbye. This is Winston, the feathery face of the Chatterboxes. Or should I say new feathery face, since Winston joined the Chatterboxes to replace Cheers. Yikes, those are some big shoes to fill. Winston only got the job because he's a bird, like Cheers. I mean, he could sing too, but after some polls, it came out that fighters care more about vanity than skill. So Winston spends extra time on his appearance, making sure every feather is perfect. Despite his rather confident every man's man persona on camera, Winston is actually very shy, and he keeps to himself quite a lot. He's an absolute stuttering mess, especially in front of the PR manager, Heather. The only way he's able to keep up his confident persona on camera is with the help of all the drugs he takes during commercial breaks. Think of BoJack Horseman, but worse. Winston deep down wishes he was more like O'Brien, as O'Brien's personality on and off camera were the same thing. Sure, he's an ass, but he still kept it consistent. Winston also looked up to Trix, as Trix was a fearless leader in his eyes. A person to look towards when he's in trouble, someone to listen to. The reason why Winston delivered the propaganda so well on television is because he believed in himself. That was until Julia started talking to him off of camera more consistently. Sure, they talked before, but it was always to the lengths of, "How was your day?" "My day was good." "Okay." One day, Julia informed Winston that there was something in their coffee. Someone had been slipping performance-enhancing drugs into their drinks. Now, Winston wouldn't care usually because he's already on a lot of drugs already, but he didn't like that he wasn't aware of this. During their part of the story, the two realized the truth of their job, as they realized they are projecting propaganda to the masses, and how the pills that they were unintentionally taking were clouding their minds from realizing this in the first place. They fall in love and become honorary fighters in Fighters Against Battling, as the two become anti-Trix, and become rats for velocity to figure out what Trix is really doing behind the curtains. Though they never really get around to it, as Trix was already aware that the two betrayed them. So they were mutilated by Bubba, disposed of, and replaced. Now living as artificial fighters, and the perfect actors, as they had no need to eat, sleep, or feel anymore. That's Winston. And hey, if you like Winston and want to learn more about the world he lives in, consider checking out my OC lore series. Things will make more sense when you watch it all. You'll be a dentist! Oh, wait. This is Fight for the End. What am I on about? This is O'Brien. He plays the guitar. He's a bit evil. And like a certain dentist, he's definitely a sadist. In terms of design, he's really based off of Handsome Jack from Borderlands, Wade Crybaby Walker from Crybaby, and Dr. Orange Scrivello from Little Shop of Horrors. You could also say he's based off of Danny from Grease, but I wasn't into Grease as much as I am now at the time I designed him. But I digress. He's awfully selfish. There's no sense of empathy in this man. And as I said in Winston's video, he's a total ass. And much like his dentist counterpart, he really does not respect women. His character on the Chatterboxes show is very much not far from how he is off of camera. On the screen, he's your typical greaser bully, except he doesn't have one key part of the trope, which would be a soft side. That's not O'Brien. The only thing comparable to an ounce of empathy or compassion he has is his hots for Julia, which is most definitely one-sided as she is not interested. His interactions with her being borderline workplace sexual harassment. Even before he was on the show, he was always on Trix's side of the fights. The idea and act of fighting others without consequence was just so beautiful to him. Actually, before Sparrow erased everyone's memories, he was slated to win the original Ophelion. So, by Trix's order, O'Brien was put on the big screens as a perfect mall fighter. And because of this, O'Brien was the perfect pawn for Trix's control, since they had a little agreement. If Trix gives O'Brien easy opponents in the fights, O'Brien will do anything that Trix asks. How could Trix say no? Trix obviously agreed to the deal, Trix's side of the wager being that O'Brien has to drug the other Chatterboxes' drinks so that way they're giving it all during the show. Meaning O'Brien has been the one spiking their coffee, including his own. Though Trix has never given O'Brien what O'Brien wanted. Because of the mass amnesia, thanks to a certain green jester, O'Brien completely forgot that he asked something from Trix. He just assumes it's a part of his job. Well, that's O'Brien. And hey, if you like this character and maybe want to learn more about my world, consider checking out this series. Trust me, things will make more sense when you watch it. This is Julia. Okay, shut up! People really like Julia, so I think it's only fair she finally gets her video. Julia doesn't really know where she came from. She was in the first group of fighters that came in. Before I go into her story, let's talk about her design. She, like the other Chatterboxes, are based off of 50s, 60s culture. Her trope being of the popular pretty girls wearing poodle skirts. Her look was based on Wanda Woodward from Crybaby, Frenchie from Grease, Lenora from Crybaby the Musical, specifically her look from Screw Loose, Elizabeth from Frankenhooker, and Sally Boyle from We Happy Few. Originally, Julia wasn't meant to be a part of the Chatterboxes, as she originally started out as one of the backup dancers. The only reason why she got a starring role is because they needed women in the main cast for diversity, since it was all men at first. The other reason why she was picked is because she was the prettiest one out of all the stage dancers. Gotta love some sexism. Though that didn't make her role on the show anything special. Her role, to sum it up, was to be a love interest and a female vocal. That's it. In some blocks, she didn't even get a speaking role. Though her job seems easy, at least to her colleagues, she struggles a lot, mostly with her self-image, as she's constantly pressured to be pretty and perfect and wonderful, since that's what people want to see. Going on through the story, Julia, who didn't indulge in any of the other drugs the Chatterboxes did, forgot to drink her coffee one morning. And boy, was that day terrible. Why am I so tired, she thought. She finds out her and everyone else's coffee has been spiked with performance-enhancing drugs. Uh-oh. She comes to realize that the propaganda she's been pushing on others on the television is terribly wrong. She encourages Winston to stop drinking the coffee. They both become anti-Trix and follow fighters against battling, and fall in love, and die. Both being replaced with artificial fighters. The two artificial fighters acting as rats as they tell Trix whatever Velocity tells them. Julia's artificial fighter being special because she lost the ability to talk. Overall, when she was alive, she was a very sweet and kind girl. That's Julia. And hey, if you like this character and want to learn more about my world, please check out this OC lore series that I have running on my channel. Trust me, things will make more sense when you look at it. Oh no. Last but not least, we have Bubba, the drummer. Bubba isn't very subtly named, being named after Big Brother from 1984. And boy, there is a reason why he got this name. But let's bring it back. Let's talk about his design. Bubba was designed to be a beatnik, and also a puppet, adjacent to the puppets on the Muppets. And something you must know is Bubba is a monster. Something others do not know is Bubba is an artificial fighter. Bubba originated from Winero, created by Sparrow to make the world look more lively with population and to fill a job. Bubba, before the Chatterboxes, was to clean up trash. His methods of cleaning were to clean by consumption, meaning he ate trash. When the Chatterboxes were made, Trix had the bright idea of adding an artificial fighter to the Chatterbox cast, for the sake of being easy to control. The kicker being, the other Chatterboxes have no idea that Bubba is artificial. They chalk him up to just being mute. The others see him as a fun guy to be around, and an extremely hard worker as he plays the drums perfectly every time. When the group is on the acting portion of the show, Bubba just communicates through hand gestures. Bubba is a fan favorite and everyone loves Bubba. In truth, Bubba doesn't really have anything going on up there. He acts purely on instruction. When folks try to talk to him and he doesn't respond, people just chalk it up to him being tired because of all the work he does. He does do work outside the Chatterboxes, but it's not clean work. Bubba is like the hounds from Fahrenheit 451, meaning Bubba has killed. Bubba has killed others under the allure of Trix. Why? Because some fighters don't fit into Trix's view of the world. Some cause problems, others know too much, and they must be gone. And Trix definitely isn't the type to get their own hands dirty, so they send out their faithful dog. Bubba usually disappears during commercial breaks, when he senses the fighters he's supposed to target are alone. Once he locates them and they are 100% alone, he gores them until they do not move anymore, and then he eats them. So, there is no trace of them left behind. Bubba does not find this pleasurable nor sad. This is what his purpose is, and this is what he was made to do, is just serving his purpose. He feels no compassion for others, nor hatred to anyone, meaning he didn't feel anything when he killed Winston and Julia. That's Bubba. And if you liked this video and want to learn more about my world and my characters, please consider checking out my OC lore series. Thank you, and things might make more sense there. That's all I have for you. If you really liked this, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.